know, a person can go home and take that to their daughter, take that to their husband, take that to their wife, and get into a fight and an argument. 20 minutes go by, an hour goes by, you don't fought with your husband, and then you're like, I don't even know why I came home with a bad attitude.
I definitely was irritable last night, and I even put myself to bed. Like I was like, hey, I'm done with this day. I have to stop. I have to shut myself down. And yeah, I didn't even think that deep into it. And that also me, being more on the empathic side too. I should already be aware of stuff like that too.
It's okay, but now you know, so now you're on alert. Now you're that much more smarter about it. Now you're that much more cautious about it. And now you'll have a different approach towards people who have bad attitudes, or for people who you're like, I don't know, something about them just ain't right. Well, don't shake their hand to begin with. You can greet them from afar. Hey, hi, how are you?
You can feel
Thanks,
it.
guys. I needed that.
You can feel it with inside your guidance system, with inside your gut when you meet people and you go to talk to them. And, right now, if she's, younger than you are, and then she's looking at you like a mother telling her how to live her life, her mother's trying to probably push her to do something different. And that's where we come in here and we talk about the vibrations and the happiness every day and the joy. But we are all going through life situations within here. And in this life motivation, every day you hear stories and we hear things that people are going through, and we can help and assist and guide each other through these things to be able to rewire our mindsets just a little bit as we work with each other as a community, as a team, as we support each other in everything that we do. Brother Austin is within here this morning, and, he has been on a work within himself to lose some weight. And, he has been down tremendously in a 1 month's time frame, working on himself every day. And we give win-wins to people like that. Why? Because we want everybody to go towards what you're truly wanting to accomplish, whether it is in your physical side, whether it's in your mental side, whether it's your spiritual side, or whether it's in your career path, or what you're going for, building your own businesses, whatnot. But yet that's why we get in here each day and we talk in this life motivation group right here. We give this daily. 365 days was our mission, and we're on it, and we're on track, and it's not going to stop. People ask all the time, how can we have this much content to be able to talk every day about something? Why? Because all we're doing is talking about life, about things that we're going through, on rewiring it to get ourselves to a more positive state and a more frequency level that we know that the energy vibrations, because we are all energy vibrations. This entire world, everything, the toothbrush that is missing Crystal's mouth, that is a vibration. The beautiful lake behind Roger there, that is a vibration. And, this chair that I'm sitting in, that picture on the wall, my animals, the trees, the grass, the blades, everything is a vibration. You flow within harmony, within a vibration of something that you match, that you want. You want a new truck. All right, it's sitting here. But your mindset keeps thinking, I don't have enough money for it. Well, you're not in vibration for it if you think of lack of, I don't have the money to pay for it. Once you say, I want that truck and it's going to be mine, bring it to me. And then I want this color. I want these kind of rims and tires on it. I want this kind of interior. And then you've designed the truck. Now it just, boom, now you come in alignment with what you want. And you're going to end up on a lot one day. You got the down payment or you got the cash to pay for it. Whichever it is, write a check. Oh, here you go. That's mine. Give it to me. Give it the keys. Once you get into alignment with that, what you want, that vibration of energy. Me, I wanted a vibration of happiness because I've learned how to live the simple life. The song by Leonard Skinner, Simple Man, I was playing a little snippet earlier for everybody in here, just because that song right there resonates with me, to be able to make sure that I stay within my means and stay humble with me in my life and know that this earth is way bigger than I could ever imagine myself to be. So I enjoy it as I am unfolding these journeys that I get to go on within this life, within this physical body. Because the only thing that I will take with me in this afterlife is the memories that I get to make with meeting people like this all across the country each day, to be able to get in here and give life motivation about situations that we're going through, and how to get our vibrations and our thought process to ourselves first, so other people can't steal our thunder. Knowing that we can feel the energy and knowing that it's not right. So guess what? You don't have to connect to it if you don't feel good with it. It's just like there's a light socket sitting right over there, and it's not going to feel good if you stick a clothes pen in it with your hand still touching it. You know that's not going to feel good, correct? Because it might shoot you across the room and you're going to slam into the wall and whatever else is back there, because it's going to give you one hell of a jolt. So if you know that, if it's not going to feel good to be around that person, because it's going to drain your energy, because it's going to bring your vibrations down, and you're going to go home and it's like, I don't want to even be awake anymore. I'm going to go put myself to bed because the vibrations overtook me. So just because of that right there, we now know I've harnessed it. I understand. I see what it feels like. So I don't have to interconnect with her or touch her or do anything with it. She does her job. I do mine. We roll on. That's the way life is supposed to be. Getting out and enjoying your life. And if somebody else is not prudent with it, then your vibrations will move into the directions of what you truly want. You want the new jobs. Think about that new job. Think about the place that you would want to be in. Think about if you were building a business, what kind of business? How big a business? How many people do you want working for you? Do you want an office complex or just a little shopping center? Or do you want a skyscraper? Or do you just want to work at home? You know, when you start to dream and design your life for the things that you want, how detailed are you getting? You know, we talked about detail yesterday of people, having a full detail of their vacations better than they do their lives. If we would keep our life simple, how much extra money do you really need to make per month to make you happy? Just pay off some bills would be nice. Then you'd be comfortable. Are you going to be like the Joneses? Oh, well, I got extra money. I want more now. Are you going to be able to understand how to manage your life with the happiness that's there? Not worrying about, oh, if I had that new boat, I'd be happy. Why aren't you happy now? The happiness is within your life right then and there, no matter where you're at. If you're dropped off in the middle of the desert with a backpack, a gallon of water, and a knife, would you be okay? Some people probably not. Some people probably could. Because all I know is I got to walk some direction of where some lights are at. And I'll be okay. I'll find something. Survival mode is within all of us. It's the brain that's taking care of you. So those that fear so many different things within life don't understand that those things that you're fearing the lack of, oh, well, if I don't have lights on, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, you would. You'd figure it out. You would adapt. You would overcome. My water's been cut off, or, the city's not pumping water anymore, or, we're out of, hang on, let's just put it this way. A hurricane, a twister, a tornado, a major flood of some shape, form, or fashion wipes you clean to where you don't have anything. Survival mode kicks in. No matter what, to each and every one of us. And then guess what? You will rebuild. You will find higher ground. You will be okay. Live your life that way, knowing that no matter what happens, you lose the job, awesome. A better one is on the way. There's a reason why that job may have been left, or there's a reason why you don't want to be there anymore, because your assistance, your abilities, your talents, your energy may be needed and to be focused somewhere else within your life or for another business or corporation.
Can I add something to that, Thomas?
Yes.
All right. So, like, just think for a second. How can you ever expect? So people, a lot of people have fears, Thomas, and that's why you say that. Like, hey, if you lose your job, then great. Thomas has that mentality. Why? Because he knows that just means something is better in store. Well, think about this for a second. Taking one step further. So in order to get something great, you got to let go of what you have. So let's say you want a Mercedes. Let's say you want that fancy truck. You want that fancy car, but you don't want to let go of what you currently got. You have to be willing to let go of what you currently got in order to get something greater. That's how that works. This life, this thing, it's about give and take. Give and take, give and take. I'm going to release what is good because I want to receive what is great. Thomas, I'm gonna let you take it from there. But I wanted to add that little thing.
No, that's perfect. I mean, it just rolls right in line, with the energy of having, because releasing, is what has truly accomplished within my life of making me a better person, to open my eyes and my heart to so much more of the vibrations and the frequencies, and to get me grounded and in tune to be able with my source energy on a day-to-day basis. This life that we're living, I was trying to force it, and I was trying to do it all alone. I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask for support. I knew I could do it all by myself. That's the way I thought. I was wrong. You know, I needed the fellowship. I needed to be around other people. I needed to have community to be able to support me, and not support me in any other way except the love and support that they give me. That is all. I'm not asking anyone for monetary funds, just the love and support of everything that we're doing to make a movement go across this world, a ripple movement of everybody sharing love, happiness, smiles, joy, and going after that truly makes you happy or happier, because I want you to be in the happy state now, time, space, reality, enjoying what you have. Yes, the future is coming. Yes, you can dream about it. Yes, you can get into that meditation state and, you know, design the next phase, but don't dwell right there all the time, because you got to remember where you're at right now, the people that you're around right now, the people that you're touching right now with the words that are coming out the mouth at that moment, the people that you do meet and shake their hand, because it is a connection of energy that, you know, is just a bond that is fixing to make this world explode. Because when I first met Brother Julio, and on here, we worked for quite a few months back and forth together, and here come a year's time frame and we're connecting. Now we're able to be in November of 2019. Yes, no, 2018. We was in Vegas. I got to meet the man, and not just give him a handshake, but a hug, because you could feel the energy as he walks up. So with that energy right there, you know that you're connecting with a power, somebody who is getting in tune and connected and tapped into his source energy just as well. So with this bond right here, this is how the life motivation became around. Because with this right here, we've all been able to move mountains within our own lives, and being able to assist each other with the words that we bring out on a day-to-day basis within here. Nothing is scripted. This all comes out because of situations or things that we were dealing with in our own life, or people that we communicate with throughout our clients. You know, yesterday we talked about flow and even flow and frequencies. You know, I had to get up and I knew I had to take care of my meeting. It's not a have to, it's a joy to do. I come in here to get my day started doing this. And then I knew I had my plan of goals that I needed to attack. And I accomplished more than yesterday. So I felt truly accomplished when I went to bed last night, because there's so many things that were able to unfold yesterday and today and then, you know, tomorrow. So, you know, with my life already being planned out, you know, almost a year, 2, 3, 4 years in advance, and the things that are coming, how far in advance are you actually living your life? Are you planning your life, your goals of where you want to be, where you want to be having that cup of coffee, or where do you want to be working, or where do you want to visit, people you want to see, places you want to go? Are you planning all that out? How far in advance? You know, you can work on the now, because yesterday is gone and we don't have to worry about it and dwell on it anymore. So with this now, time, space, reality, there's moments that make you happy. And you say, I want more of this, which brings up creative ideas about things that you can do within the future. And you keep evolving each day like that, and following the technology that we have that is evolving this world as well, and keep flowing with it and having fun with it, and not looking at everything, as the lady put it last night, as a DOS program. We're all computer systems. Talk about it all the time. This brain up here, how fast are you upgrading your phone? All right. How many people go out and wait in line to get the new phones? I still got an old simple phone. How many of y'all are going out and getting the new phones as fast as they come out? Or are you upgrading your mind as fast as they're upgrading that technology? It's a question. Evolving with it, having fun with it. It's a great day to have a great day, isn't it? Brother Julio, you got anything else on that?
Oh, of course. I have so much time. I mean, can we? You know, I love using my imagination, guys. I've been using the term. Say, hey, let's imagine for a second. Let's imagine for a second, because I'm so much in my mind right now, but it's in a creative state. It's not in a state of lack, or in a state of I have this this fighting story, or this war that's being waged, or whatever the case is. Um, let's imagine for a second that, Thomas, you just spoke on it briefly, that instead of a team of people, family, friends, everybody who we encounter on a day-to-day basis. Imagine for a second those people cheering us on. Imagine for a second those people encouraging us instead of telling us that they can't. Imagine not bumping into the people that give you negative energy, or the people that come against you, or the people that have bad attitudes. Imagine a gang of people, okay? And this is one of the many, many reasons I love our community. One of the many, many reasons why I love these mornings life motivations. One of the many, many reasons that I love so many of you all, and how encouraging, or Get Your Ducks in a Row group, or any of the groups that we're part in, just the community as a whole. Imagine for a second that instead of your entire life, instead of people telling you, no, you can't, and giving you, and you adopting their limitations, people were building you up. People were encouraging you. People were motivating you and telling you you can do this. Can you imagine? Imagine you're walking down a straight, and you see clear as day, half a mile away, a quarter mile, whatever, you see your goal. And all along on the left and on the right side of that goal, you have people over here and you have people over there. And they're telling you, you could do it. You could do it. You could do it, Benita. You could do it, Thomas. You could do it, Julio. You could do it, whoever. Can you imagine that for a second? That's why I feel like our community provides. I feel like our community provides that form of love, that form of encouragement, that form of motivation. You know, that's what I feel like we have here. And I feel like the more you can harness that, the more you can gravitate towards that, and I think the more you'll become changed, the more you'll begin to do that shifting, the more you begin to realize, you know what, I can do this. The more you'll feel encouraged, the more you'll feel strengthened, empowered, and able, not enabled, to say, hey, I'm going to continue to do it and Dios's limitations, like saying, and everyone else's limitations since we were a child. All those negative things, regardless of all the power, the powerful, encouraging, uplifting that we might have received, we've taken, you could see 20 positive things. One person said something negative, dad said something negative, your mom said something, or your uncle, or whoever, somebody influence said something, and out of all of those positive things, you gravitated and connected towards that negative thing, and you took that, and you've been holding on to that thing for the last 20 years. You've been holding on to that thing for the last 15 years, 5 years, whatever. Why is that? I don't have necessarily the answer to that question. Why we do that? Why we'll gravitate towards that? Why we'll hold on to that idea versus saying, hey, you know what? I remember that one time my third grade teacher told me that I could do anything. I remember that one conversation when I was fishing with my dad, and he told me that if I wanted to become the president of the United States, that I could become the president of the United States. I remember, with that one school counselor when I was 15 years old that told me, that if I really wanted to, I could become an attorney, or I could become a judge, or I could do whatever I wanted to, and I didn't have to receive any of the limitations that anybody has ever put upon me in my entire life. I don't have to receive those things, but I could receive better because I want better. How about that one time when you were 18 and you go, you know what, I love the stars, and I love astrology, and I love all of these things, and you know what? I think I want to become an astronaut. I think I want to learn more about meteorites. I think I want to travel and go to the moon one day. I mean, the possibilities are endless. We just have to begin to believe and train our mind to think that way. She was referencing autopilot, Thomas. How many times have we talked about that autopilot stage, man? How many times our brain just gravitates towards that? Can I tell you that after the Zoom meeting last night, I started reading before I went to bed just to meditate on, I'm reading a small little book by Dr. Miles Monroe. And I got into about a chapter and a half, and my brain went off on my brain, while I'm reading, and it was great material, my brain went off on a tangent and started thinking about something else. And I immediately started laughing, and Roxy looks at me like, what is wrong with you? I thought you were just Like, you were reading, she was watching something, you know, and she's like, are you reading something funny? And I'm like, no. She's like, well, what is it? I'm like, oh, never mind. You know, I mean, I shared with her briefly what it was, you know, but it just, I laughed because that's exactly how our brains operate. They operate off of that autopilot and whatever else, that blueprint of what has been there for X amount of years. And it's up to you, person. It's up to you, madam. It's up to you, sir, you know, to gravitate towards the good things, to gravitate towards that positivity, towards the encouragement, towards, you know, the people who are going to uplift you. If you know that the people that you normally associate with aren't encouraging you, aren't uplifting you, get your ass out of that circle already. You know, get out of that circle, get out of that vibe, get out of that atmosphere. Thomas has told us so many times, sitting with neighbors, sitting with friends, sitting with family members, sitting with whoever the hell he's sitting with in his day-to-day. Let a negative conversation take place. Thomas gets his ass up and he walks away. Why? He don't want no part of it. Take your life by the freaking horns and do that. You know, anything that doesn't align with what you want, stir away from it. Walk away from it. There's always a way out, plain and simple. You know what you want in your life. And if you don't, establish that. Write it down. Start to search after what you do want. Can I tell you, and I've shared this a bunch of times with Thomas, you know, and a couple of times, you know, with some of you individuals. Sometimes, guys, my vision scares the shit out of me because it's so big. It's not small, and I go, well, wait a second. You know, in our brains, I compare myself to brother so-and-so or this person or that person or this wealthy person or this person could be killing it. And they could be making X amount of money, but my vision is bigger than theirs. And in my brain, I'm comparing myself. So I'm limiting myself to somebody else when that wasn't for me to begin with. Them, they're doing great for them, but that's not me. That's not me. That's not the path that I have to walk in. You know, so if you can gravitate towards those positivity, towards the things that are going to uplift you and encourage you and get you into a perfect alignment to where you want to be, man, you know, you can get to some really great places, man, but you got to get off of that autopilot stage. We got to get our brains and our minds away from that negative state of thinking and receiving all those limitations that anybody, you know, has ever put into our minds and that we eventually adopted as our own. Because those things are lies, those things are limitations. And in reality, we weren't even called to operate in that. In reality, we weren't even called to operate in dysfunction, to operate in a spirit of negativity. I don't believe we were supposed to be operating in those kind of spirits, a spirit of lack. We're supposed to be blessed in everything we do. We're supposed to be living that abundant life. But how the hell do you get there? Well, it starts with positivity. It starts with that frame of mind. It starts with exactly what Thomas is doing, working on you from the inside out.
Yes.
That's where it starts at, man. It's up to you guys. It's up to you, the individual, man. You can get there. You believe you can get there, then take your life by the horns. People ask, how can we continue to come up with so much material? You know why? Because life is our material. Everyday life and the everyday struggles of the average individual or the not average, the above average individual. It doesn't matter because we're all on different levels, man. There's so much material we can talk about. We can sit on here talking for hours and hours and hours. And it won't be rambling, but it'll be very in-depth. It'll be very specific. It'll be so deep that some can't even receive it because it's beyond them. It's above their head, you know? Take life by the horns, man, and ride that thing till you can't ride it no more and shake. No, I don't want to go in that direction. This is the direction that I want to go. Love y'all, man.
Yes, power. That's why we love him. He is the big bald man from Chicago, Dr. Reyes. He'll be on stage with us soon. We'll be traveling across this country doing these meetings just like that, hosting events where people can come and sit down and talk with us as we sit in the chair up on stage and give these messages out one-on-one. One-day events, 3-day events. We're working out all the details now, but it's happening because we have been asked to start bringing this message across the country, to be able to go into schools and different locations. Why? Because our message touched home, because there's many people from 15 years of age all the way to 75 that work with us on a day-to-day basis. Clients that we have been able to talk to show them how to rewire their mind after going through, you know, whatever it was that they went through within their life, and they were still holding it and dwelling on it and just I couldn't find that happy spot. They had that lack mentality. But yet after they open up to us and then let us be able to communicate with them and give them some different thought processes with new perspectives and how to be able to shift your life just a little bit each day and not a whole 360 in one day, because it's taken years for you to get to where you're at within your life now already in that mindset. So that is a rewiring. You have had physical traits that you've had to and deal with. You've had illnesses that you've had to deal with. You've had divorces and breakups and, whatnots, deaths or in family. That grabs us and holds a lot of us. But moving past that, knowing that they are in a true happy place and they want you to be happy here now. And that's all we want for everybody. That happiness within you, and now knowing that everything is going to be all right. If you're working through those illnesses or those sicknesses or those physical ailments, you're moving towards those because it made you a stronger person to know where you're wanting to go within your life, making you a stronger person, a better person, to be able to give love and everything back to the world, not asking for anything in return, except for everyone to have a smile and happiness within their heart. That right there is the true message that has been passed around for thousands. I think it was written on a stone somewhere. I don't know. The law of attraction of love. Love is what we was all built off of. This earth, we were built off of love. The trees, the plants, the birds, the beautiful animals, creatures you see going all over the place. And guess what? You are a creature just as well, walking on this earth that could be wiped at any time when she's ready to clean it. So enjoy the journey as you're walking, connecting with her barefoot if you can. Going to play in the sand. Everybody likes the beach, right? Everybody likes the beautiful ocean. Salt water. Why is it such a reconnection? Going to sitting on the beach with the sand and the ocean blowing in your face. How many people say all the time, I love getting reconnected at the beach? Yes, it is an awesome reconnection. But just know you can walk in your backyard in the grass at a state park or something like that and still get reconnected just as well. Staying connected with her, with your source energy.
Thomas.
Go ahead.
So, the book of Genesis, in the beginning, it's funny. Our brains, as well as our bodies, are mostly water. In the Bible, I'm just quoting the word, not my words, but the words of the good book, says that the Spirit was hovering. The Spirit that He placed in us, that same Spirit, but the Spirit was hovering around the world upon creation, and it was hovering over the waters. So even at the beginning, water ties into the Spirit. So think about how that ties into everything we talk about. Think about how that ties into our bodies, our minds, the Spirit and connected with our body, the Spirit in connection with Mother Earth. Another thing that I love, how it references wisdom, even there in the beginning. That's why it's an aspect that Thomas says, hey, these things have been spoken of for thousands and thousands of years. The word says that wisdom was there at the beginning upon creation. And that's what the thousands and thousands of years that Thomas is referencing sometimes. He speaks on that a lot of times. Just wisdom has been here since the beginning. That spirit of wisdom, that spirit of discernment, that spirit of life, that spirit of growth, that spirit of maturity, man, that spirit of reconnecting. Thomas, I got out of driving home. That's the first thing I did. Where I saw some real grass on the ground, I couldn't wait to connect. Roxana goes, what are you doing? I said, baby, I'm reconnecting. Because I couldn't wait to that. But every time I do that now, I think of Mother Earth, of me correcting with Mother Earth. And I think of a majority of us have seen the movie The Avatar, and how like those, it's almost like veins, and Thomas, you've put images out there very similar to that. Imagine that connecting with the source, bam, upon creation. So the creation is connecting with that which was created by the creator. Boom. That's energy, man. That's so powerful. And it's something that's so simple. It's not complicated, man. It's not complicated at all. We complicate this life. We complicate the energy. We complicate the sequence. We complicate the patterns and the routines. And we complicate this thing, connecting and growing and maturing. and making this progress. We complicate this thing. Let's not complicate it, guys. It's as simple as my man is always saying here, man. Reconnect. When you reconnect, you perform to a different level. You perform on an optimal level. You're able to reconnect, and it brings about something that it's not just this, or it's not just that. There's something that we can't necessarily put words to, but it puts something in your spirit. It puts something in your persona, in your body. There's a certain calming. There's a certain energy. There's a certain recharge. There's a certain uplifting. There's a certain, I can do anything. When you reconnect, guys, man, it's so I can't quite put it exactly into word, guys. And I'm a man of many words. So if I can't put it into words, reconnect yourself so you can feel what I'm referencing, what Thomas is referencing here.
Yes. It's the vibrations that you put off will attract the vibrations that you want. That's it. Don't dwell on something negative. Move good towards the good vibrations of something that you do want within your life. It's been a good morning, guys. We're going to pass this on to Miss Shannon. Are you able to speak this morning? Are you driving?
I'm good.
All right, wrap us up.
Good morning, everybody. I now release the need for those things in my life that are not serving my highest good. I'm not afraid to let go. In their place, I receive love, joy, and abundance. I grow more beautiful and loving each day. My heart is full of love for who I am.
Full of love for who you are. Awesome day, guys. Y'all love and appreciate you all. Have a good weekend if we don't see y'all tomorrow, but we'll be live on here tomorrow just as well. Love and appreciate you all.